Hi guys, if you are among one of those who wonders why India performs so bad at Olympics every time, then this video is strictly for you.
Indian badminton legend Prakash Padukone has triggered a massive storm after calling on athletes.
India's haul at the Paris Olympics has been disappointing so far.
I'm not happy, and Vimal is also not happy with the fourth position of Lakshya.
The Indian contingent was expected to reach double digits in Paris, and the results have not gone according to plan.
But if I speak my heart, this performance falls short of expectation in front of billion expectation. For an emerging superpower like India that holds 60% of youth population, which is under 30, and a 3.6 trillion US dollar economy, India has been overtaken by countries like Hong Kong with a GDP less than 1/10 of us, and even Azerbaijan with a GDP of 70 billion, which is 51 times lesser than that of us. India's youth population is huge. We are proudly the world's second most populous nation with a worst Olympic record in terms of medals per head. This time also the notable absence of even a single gold medal has hugely impacted our position in the medal tally, resulting in even a lower position than Pakistan itself. In such cases, one cannot help but wonder how can a nation full of talent and ambition struggle to win medals at the world's biggest sporting event. Is there a lack of talent in the country? Why doesn't India win medals in Olympic itself? This is India's Olympic mystery, a story of missed opportunities, mismanaged talents, crippled mindset, systematic problems, and many unanswered questions. Hello guys, myself Krish, and in this video I am going to uncover the reasons behind India's Olympic struggle. I will also help you identify issues with our country's training programs and facilities. Towards the end of the video, I will discuss some of the possible solutions to these problems, the recommendations on how we can do better and win more gold, and change our approach to succeed at the Olympics. So without any further delay, let's start. Imagine this. It is an Olympic opening ceremony. The stadium is buzzing with excitement when the Indian team walks in. It is a small group of athletes carrying the hopes of over a billion people. Fast forward to 2 weeks and the medal tally tells the same old different story. 1 bronze here, 2 silver there, and no gold to make the nation go wild. Though in Tokyo 2020, India celebrated its best ever Olympic performance with a grand total of 7 medals only. 7. That is 1 medal for every 200 million Indians. But wait, these best ever performances are just a drop in Olympic ocean compared to the sporting powerhouse. Now, while India is busy celebrating its 6 medals, at the same time United States bagged 126 medals. China collected 91 medals including 40 golds, and even small countries like Japan had 45 medals to show off. India's Olympic medal tally since its first participation in 1900 stands at just 41. That is fewer medals than what Michael Phelps won in his individual career. So why does the land of juggernauts and juggernauts fall flat when it comes to Olympic performances? Is it a lack of talent, or is it a lack of passion? India's per capita medal tally is one of the lowest in the world. In contrast, countries like Jamaica and New Zealand with population smaller than many Indian cities consistently outperform India in the medal table. If it is not talent, resource or passion, then what is it that comes in between India and its Olympic dream? Let's start with the elephant in the room, or maybe I should say the elephant in the peach: cricket. Kapil Dev, Gavaskar, Tendulkar, Ganguly, Dhoni, Kohli, and so on. This fact is undeniable that India's cricket obsession has cast a shadow longer than test match over other sports. While cricket stars glow in the limelight fueled by endorsement deals, Olympic athletes are often forgotten without any recognition. Take the case of Mirabai Chanu, our weightlifting wonder woman. While cricketers travel in business class and private jets, Chanu had to hitch rides on trucks to reach her training center, traveling 40 km each day against the odds of weather conditions in Northeast. Even Mary Kom, the first Indian woman boxer to win an Olympic medal for her country, also trained in a gym that barely had any modern equipment. She struggled with financial difficulties and had to balance training with household expenses, making the journey even more difficult for this mother of 3. This cricket-centric approach has led a severe imbalance in sports funding and development. Let's talk about BCCI, the India's cricket governing body. It has an annual revenue exceeding 4,000 crores, which is 500 million USD, dwarfing the entire sports market in India. Now let's focus on the infrastructure. While cricket stadiums pop up everywhere throughout the country, at the same time the Olympic standard facilities are very rare. Many athletes are often forced to train in gyms that are outdated, poorly equipped, facilities with broken equipment and limited space. These conditions are far from ideal. The lack of proper nutrition is the next another major cause. Many young Indian athletes in India skip their meals due to busy schedule and end up having fast food that eventually hinders in their Olympic dreams. A study by the National Institute of Nutrition will shock you that revealed that over 70% of young Indian athletes suffers from some form of nutritional deficiency. Yes, you heard it right, deficiency. Athletes often skip meals like breakfast, lunch or dinner, especially state and national level athletes. And on top of that, let's not forget about the societal pressure that burdens us. In a country where engineering degree is treated like a superpower and pursuing sports as a career is often shown as a one-way ticket to unemployment, where the old saying, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो होगे खराब, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो होगे नवाब, still echoes in the minds of many aspiring young athletes. Think of how many Neeraj Chopra's talents are buried under the weight of societal pressure. How many PV Sindhus we are losing because they could not afford a proper nutrition or equipment. Not everyone is Mary Kom who can defeat any obstacles and shine through the difficult times. They must be taken care of by some entity or the government bodies, because it is not just about the medals, it is about our national pride. It is about showing the world that what India is capable of. It is about inspiring the next generation. Every time we underperform at Olympics, we are not just losing out on medals, we are missing an opportunity to inspire millions of young Indians to dream beyond their conventional career paths. One Neeraj Chopra inspires thousands out there to pursue their dreams, and one Mirabai Chanu is a testament to that impossible dream of what a woman is capable of. We know we can do better. We have seen glimpses of what is possible when Indian athletes get the right support. Remember Major Dhyan Chand's magical performance against Germany at the stage of Olympics? It was so extraordinary that even Hitler could not help but appreciate and respect the great sportsman. Hitler even offered the highest rank in German soldier. But obviously, the proud son of India soulfully rejected that offer. His skills on the field earned him worldwide admiration, 3 golds along with the title of GOAT in hockey, the greatest player of all time. Now let's talk about the money, the fuel that powers Olympic dreams. In 2024, India allocated 480 million US dollar for sports, while China's sports budget for 2023 was a whopping $3.2 billion. That is nearly 8 times of what Indian government is spending for its athletes. And it is also not about the just total amount, it is about how it is spent. Under India's target Olympics podium scheme, athletes receive nearly about 16,000 US dollar annually. Meanwhile, in UK, the investment per athlete reaches up to 1 million in some cases, and in America it is even more. It is like we are sending our athletes to an Olympic gunfight armed with water pistols. To further illustrate the funding disparity, Australia, with a country 60 times lesser population than India, has spent 50% of India's total budget for the Tokyo Olympic cycle alone. A 2023 media analysis showed that Olympic sports received less than 5% of total sports coverage in Indian media outside of the Olympic fortnight, with cricket dominating over 70% of sports-related content. It is a vicious cycle. Lack of media coverage leads to lack of public interest, which leads to lack of sponsorship, that leads to lack of funding, that eventually results in poor performance, and poor performance links back to less media coverage. It is like a merry-go-round of mediocrity, and our athletes are stuck on it like the middle class of our country in tax-paying cycle. With over 600 million people under the age of 25, imagine the impact India could make at the stage of Olympic. Even a fraction of it was properly trained and supported. Let's take Kenya and Ethiopia. Kenya, with 55 millions, has bagged 113 Olympic medals, including 35 golds. Ethiopia, with 120 million people, has 58 medals, including 23 golds. And here we are with our 1.4 billion people and 41 medals in total, including 10 golds only. We cannot just blame genetic advantages, because history shows that many nations such as Japan and South Korea have overcome physical limitations through willpower and systematic training facilities. These countries have built a strong running culture supported by high altitude training facilities and community involvement. That same model can be replicated in Indian northeastern region and Ladakh-like places. If Kenya's success in long-distance running is partly attributed to its high-altitude training facilities, then ironically India has also geographical advantages in places like Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh. Yet, this remains largely unutilized for sports training. We can launch satellites to the Mars with an even lesser budget than a Bollywood film, but we cannot get our athletes onto Olympic podiums. We can produce CEOs that run Fortune 500 companies, but we cannot figure out how to win more Olympic medals. So what can we do about it? Should we merely sit with our hands folded, doing nothing, accepting all its fate? Is there a solution to this? The answer is yes, there is. And the first point is shaping media's focus. It is the media who decides in which direction the youth and the nation is heading. If you ask me about a nation's near future, show me the media house, I will tell you the result. First and foremost, we need to revolutionize our media landscape. Instead of endless cricket matches and Bollywood gossips, let's give our Olympic athletes the spotlight they deserve. Imagine if we give even a fraction of attention we give our cricketers to the Olympic stars. We could have kids dreaming of gymnastic gold instead of just IPL trophies. Let's create compelling narratives similar to Dhoni, Bhag Milkha Bhag and Mary Kom, and much more like that around sportsmen's journeys, showcasing their grit and determination, their struggles and their triumphs. Let's make them household names, not just once every 4 years, but all year round. By idealizing sports stars instead of actors or influencers, we can inspire our youth to pursue active and healthy lifestyle. This can encourage more young people to engage in sports, improving their health, physical and mental well-being, and who knows, might be potentially leading to more Olympic medals. The second point is centralized sports structure. Instead of multiple central sports associations and authorities like BCCI, SAI, etc., let's form one super centralized high performance sports agency. And this proposed organization should be modeled after the successful examples like Australia's AIS, which has been instrumental in the country's Olympic success since its establishment in 1981. And don't ignore the Northeast factor. We cannot ignore a certain part of our country just because of its extreme weather conditions or political and communal issues. Let's not forget that most of India's medal holders come from the land of seven sisters. Mary Kom's journey would not have been that hard if she belonged to any other part of the country other than Northeastern zone. The athletes from the Northeast deserve recognition and our support year around, not just at the time of Olympic itself. Let's create state-sponsored sports schools like China, because speaking out of talent, you should catch them young. China's state-sponsored sports school talent scouting system targets 6 to 12 years old children and trains them in a particular sport. By properly testing their physical abilities and muscle strength, they designate different sports to the different students. This body has produced over 95% of Chinese Olympic medalists. Why can't we do the same? Of course, minus the intense strictness of not giving time to meet your family or something like that. But just imagine a network of sports schools across India, each focusing on different Olympic sports. We could be nurturing the next PV Sindhu or the next Mirabai Chanu, even before they could spell the word Olympics. And finally, we are the IT capital of the world. If USA can use Omega applications timing system and data analytics that have revolutionized trainings and performance in swimming, then why can't we? Let's develop applications for everything from talent scouting to training to connect talents. Let's use data analytics to identify and nurture talent. We can also create a virtual reality training programs that can turn any space into an Olympic training ground. So what I can tell you is that India's Olympic journey is far from over. It is just the beginning. With the right approach, the right policies, the right attitude, we can definitely nurture our talents. We can definitely change our identity from the underdog nation to medal magnets. The success of Manu Bhaker and Sarabjit Singh is just the beginning of it. It would not happen overnight, and it won't be easy. But then again, nothing worth achieving are never meant to be. And for more such info-packed videos on thought-provoking topics like this, like, share and subscribe to your favorite channel.